Years ago, I had a daydream experience while awake where I was in the past in the Cathedral of St. Petersburg, and I was in the choir, and I was the bass Pashchukov, and I felt his emotions while I sang a song in Russian. If it was transmutation, can one then transmute in the past, go back in time and see where and how our ancestors lived? Thank you.
There are different ways to connect this way. There are, if you've been there, you're part of it, you carry that emotion. You know you've been there, so it's part of it. It's like your DNA. You got a blue eye from the grandmother. But the recording of the body of the man in a very different way as the information, not as the change of physicality. On the other hand, we all have, if we create a right field forces, as I said, when you go to China, if you carry the right field forces in the field of the strength of the emotion, or that time, that line to be connected, then you learn the language. You know the emotion. So if you tap into the common knowledge of the Russian, and in that the structure fits to the match of a singer in a somewhere, or matches to the ex God knows who, what in Russia, you will see it, because there is a lot of knowledge which we have gained in the tests and trials of past few weeks. We see all of you receive fields, as I explained before in the other teaching. It is very clear from what we have. I think, excuse me, take a break. If this is your brain, you have a little bit of, which actually affects your due to spinal cord, and your soul is somewhere here. Your eyes are somewhere here. If you receive, you still say you daydream, the information which comes in that direction, or touches the visual part of your brain, you see and remember that right. If you don't, if you receive the information in this direction, from the back of the soul, in this direction, you don't see it, or you don't touch the visual part of the storage of confirmation of information, you do things, or you react, and you say, I've done that subconsciously. But in fact, there is no subconscious. In our test shows, we have a clear division in this part. And it depends which way the information comes to us. We still add that to the energy of the soul, the information of the soul, and then in its interaction with the soul of physicality, it will be in other parts. You hear a noise because that feeling strength matches the noise. This is visual. You don't hear sound through your vision, but you see and you hear. So that goes in interaction with that. So if you do something, says, oh, I don't feel anything, I went to the machine, but then you do something which is unusual afterwards or during the process, you say, I didn't feel, I didn't see anything, but I felt this and that, or I took such action, because the fields and the strength is not the strength of the vision, but still enters from the backside of the brain, which touches the energy, changes the energy of the soul. And it's not just the soul, because when you are in that process, when you are going through, there is a blood circulation around your brain. So this field has touched the soul of emotion too, which changes the gravitational magnetic field interaction between the two and creation of the fields of motion. And now you understand. So if you, and you understand that your soul is connected to many other souls, we are at any time, at all time, the way there is nowhere in the universe, there is no magnetic field, is the same. We are at all time, even in the body of man, connected to every single spring of the fields created, emanated from the soul of the Creator, to every planet, every dust in the universe. When you draw a magnet, and then you draw a magnetic fields, and then you say they come back, or they expand in different ways, depends, this is at the strength of your magnetic field of your vision, or this one is at the strength field of your magnetic field of the cry, or this one. But this does not connect to this. So now we understand this. We had people who came in, they sat in the machine, but then they changed their life, they changed something in the way that something goes on. Oh, this happened subconsciously, or this happened. Why it happened? Because you received in the system that field. You call it subconscious. The only things that most of you remember, if something in field direction, because you enhance the condition of seeing. We ask you, have you seen anything? So you concentrate most of the fields in the strength of the field of the sight, then you see something. Or you see motion, or in the way of your fields, motion traveling or going, interacting with the fields of the system, interacting with what I call magnetic fields we create in our structure. Then what happened? This field which it comes out hits this, you see us blurred, because now you have a field of interaction. Because you still force yourself to look in the book, in a vision. So what you see, do I travel in the past? Is somebody at the same time as you having this feeling is actually singing in that church, that song. Because of the matching gravitational magnetic field, you match. So you could be the only one, who could be another 100 people listening to this chap because his field of strength message is 100. It's the science we have to understand. And once we understand, we can do that. At that time, at that field of strength, you match the boy who sang, or in the what we call the dimension of the soul of physicality, and what I call memory disk of the DNA, you call it. That information has imprinted because you were there sometime in the past. It's the way you go somewhere and say, I've been here before. So it's understanding the science. Or you went to the back to the future and the rest of it. Look at the possibilities. And understand the possibilities. Then you find the true answer scientifically.